Ward, Carter, and Hunter, the three favorites to be selected first overall, with QB Shedeur Sanders as the only other player shorter than 10-1. Erin, Joe, speaking of Mel Kiper Jr., how about this treat? He's joining us now on the show. Mel, it is a pleasure to have you with us. And we'll start with the first pick in your mock, Abdul Carter. The odds makers have Cam Ward as the favorite. Why are you, though, mocking Carter instead of QB to the Titans?
Well, they say they want generational talent, and that wouldn't be a quarterback. That would be either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, and they need an edge rusher. That's their major need. Their major priority for them is getting a guy who can get maybe 12 to 15 sacks a year. And when Carter was unleashed as an edge rusher this year after playing off ball, his numbers skyrocketed. So a guy like Abdul Carter, if they want that generational talent, as I said, he can get a ton of sacks, double-digit sacks, in an AFC loaded with great quarterbacks, then you would look at Abdul Carter with that number one pick overall.
Mel, Heisman Trophy winner, two-way star out of Colorado, Travis Hunter, number one on your big board, number 3 in the mock to the New York Giants. Between now and the draft, what could happen to determine his final outcome?
Joe, it's going to be determined by the veteran quarterbacks. What happens with Matthew Stafford? Does he end up with the Giants? Where does Sam Darnold end up? Does that affect the Raiders? And that's what I was kind of creating there, was a scenario where they go a different route, those two teams, and that allows them to get a Travis Hunter with New York, allows them to get an Ashton Ginty with the Raiders. But to Travis Hunter, they need a corner, they need a wide receiver. You imagine pairing him with Malik Neighbors in New York? And then you get a Matthew Stafford, say, in there. But a guy like Travis Hunter, let him go out and figure it out on his own. Is he a great receiver? Is he a great corner? Let him play both ways. Then determine that. Then you can sprinkle him in at the other position. So for me, Travis Hunter is the best player in this draft. He would be a guy for the Giants on both sides of the ball, which is where they need help, corner, and like I say, a receiver to help out Malik Neighbors. Boy, I tell you, if you get that quarterback like Matthew Stafford, you have something going there.
And Mel, you mentioned Genty. Your mock obviously has him going number 6 with the Raiders, but the Cowboys are currently the betting favorite to land the running back. Any chance he lasts until pick number 12 with Dallas?
Yeah, it would be determined, really, Aaron, when what happens with the Raiders in the quarterback situation. I believe Shedeur Sanders would be the pick if they don't go out and get, say, a Sam Darnold. But if you get Sam Darnold, then you can take a Ginty, and that affects the Cowboys because Ginty wouldn't be there. Then it would be a Marion Hampton from North Carolina. They've done it before with Emmitt Smith and Ezekiel Elliott. They need a running back. I think Dallas will take one of those two. Ginty, if obviously he's there, I think I have him ahead of Hampton. Now, there are some, just a cautionary tale here, there are some in the league, I've been told, that have Hampton right there with Ginty or maybe slightly ahead of Ginty. So we'll see. Dallas is one of the 32. You never know what their opinion is on those two running backs. If it's a two-horse race, if they're neck and neck, hey, all bets are off. You never know. So I'm just telling you, Amarian Hampton is red hot right now. There's a lot of love for Amarian Hampton. He had 2 great years at North Carolina. Ashton Ginty did as well. So those two backs are going to go, I think, a little higher than maybe some anticipate.
And Mel, you've been talking a lot about the veteran quarterback domino pieces that need to fall. You have the 2 QBs in the first round of this mock, Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. What are the chances, though, by the time we get to April's draft, that a third QB goes in the first round?
Tyler, I'm with you. I think it could be. I was trying to get Jackson Dart in the late first round. I thought about the Rams. They're going to move Stafford. Rams will be a good spot. Somebody trading back in to the late first round could be a possibility as well. Jackson Dart can whip the football around the field. He's RPO. I get it. There's RPO elements in the NFL already. His accuracy down the field, and the way he can beat you with his legs. This kid's a heck of a runner. I mean, he's fast. He's powerful. He's athletic. He's played a lot of football. He's been in big spots. Jackson Dart, there's a lot to like about this kid. He's my QB3, solidly my QB3. So, yes, I could say by the time we get to late April, there's a chance he could be the third quarterback to go in round 1.
Mock Draft 2.0 has 16 defensive players going in the first 32 picks. That would be a noticeable uptick from last year where we only saw 9 defensive players go in the first round. Do you think this is more a byproduct of a better defensive year, or is offense taking a step back this season?
You know, it's really split, Joe, on both sides. That's why it's pretty even right down the middle, because you have a lot of running backs, but only 2 in the first round, right? And you have some depth on the defensive side of defensive tackle, but a lot of those are second, third rounders. Edge rushers, a lot of guys have emerged there. You know, cornerback like Azarie Thomas from Florida State has emerged to help out that spot. Then we have a lot of injured guys. Benjamin Morrison, cornerback Notre Dame, what will his medical be, right? So Kevin Winston Jr., safety from Penn State, what will his medical be? Riley Mills, defensive tackle Notre Dame, injured in the Indiana money game. So Josh Simmons, Ohio State offensive tackle, injured October 12th against Oregon. A lot of medical things have to be worked out and figured out between now and late April. But right now, it's an even split right down the line. And, hey, if you're looking at conferences, how about 23 to 32 from the SEC and the Big Ten? 13 SEC, 10 Big Ten. There's your two conferences. So that pretty much, even though there's a million teams in those conferences, 23 to 32 from two conferences in college football.
It's been a busy day for Mel Kiper Jr., and he's still bringing it on our show here at 6 p.m. Eastern. Mel, we appreciate it so much and look forward to chatting with you again as we lead up to the draft.
Running on fumes. I need a little pumpkin pie, Joe. I'm telling you, man.
I'll get you.
Take care, guys.
Mel's the best. NFL's premier position has ruled the day in the draft. 14 of the last 20 number one overall picks have been QBs. 4 defensive ends, 2 offensive linemen also making an appearance during that stretch. The only non-QB in the last 7 drafts to go number 1, Trevon Walker, 2022 to the Jags. All right, back on the desk with the squad here. Erin, explain why you may want to wait before wagering on a volatile market like the first pick.
I mean, let's think about it. Abdul was 40-1 in November, and now he's the favorite. I mean, a lot of people were expecting maybe this to happen, and that's why it's dropped so much. But at the same time, things continue to move around and adjust. Now, some quarterbacks seemingly look like a lock. Let's say Caleb Williams last year. Everyone was thinking that was going to happen. But if you look back at years prior, I mean, Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, they were flip-flopping. Trayvon Walker, I mean, he didn't become the favorite until Monday before the draft.
I got killed on that Stroud flip-flop. Every time that gets brought up, I got killed on that flip-flop.
2019, Kyler Murray, I mean, he was minus 2,500. That dropped to minus 280. And then year prior, Baker Mayfield didn't pass Sam Darnold to the morning of the draft. So, like, things change a lot, and obviously rumors and speculation come out as well. So I'm not by any means telling you to go bet Carter at the price it is now, but it obviously changes drastically sometimes.